with whatever, I see zero increase in the speed of which things download to my phone.
You got a shitty phone then.
I have a brand new iPhone, AT&T.
Doesn't mean it's not shit.
5G.
I think I'm on.
Listen here,
I get
bro.
5G, but
Listen,
it's probably just where
I
you
had
are.
5G.
It's
I have
because I'm
5G.
in South Irving. Enough said.
Bro, okay, so you can miss me with that because I've been in South Irving with my fucking Samsung phone. It was out here downloading shit like nobody's fucking business on 5G, including porn.
I was
Are
about
you
to say,
recording?
yes, we are. We are definitely recording. That's in there now.
And I download that.
You didn't hear Yuli when he was like
I did.
shit, and he looked he looked up right at Craig.
Hey,
How's-
we can edit that out. Unless we're live, we can edit that shit out.
Oh, we're not. We are not live. We're not live. If we were live, that'd have been even worse.
That'd be great.
There'd have been no taking that
would've been
back.
perfect.
There'd have been no taking that one back.
Yo,
But-
now everybody's gonna wonder context if we edit that out.
I'm probably gonna leave it in there just because actually, you know what? Let's just cut by the intro. Everybody knows what this show is. That's why they're tuning in this week. I do want to just start off. I just want to kind of like start off with something that we were kind of like mildly talking about last week, and how spoiled people are right now. This new COVID kind of like mentality of like instantaneous stuff. And you guys know what I'm talking about, when The Boys season 2 is getting review bombed, and the reason it's getting review bombed.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna say to everyone, y'all bitches, because when the first 3 episodes came out, and I'm like, all right, cool, I get to watch episode 4, and then it says episode 4 next week. I'm like, okay, all right, you know what? I'm okay. Fucking
Listen.
the first 3 episodes were good enough for me. I'm good. I can wait a week.
Exactly. They give you 3 weeks worth of episode right then and there, but now everybody's like all wrapped up because like, oh my gosh, Netflix puts out an entire season. And I'm like, well, if you pay attention, there's actually shows on Netflix that stagger them as well.
What I
So-
know. I feel like
Netflix
it's
will make
weird,
the
though.
change.
It
They'll live it
lasts
through.
longer. Makes the show last longer. I don't want to binge it in one day and then be like,
Exactly.
I'm gonna watch tomorrow.
But what
I
about
have a-
my I don't give a shit days? I have self-care
Yeah, that's
days,
true.
man.
Supernatural again. Fucking 13 seasons, right?
You got
there.
13 seasons. Yeah, exactly. It's like, go find something else to watch.
Nah, that's fucking excessive. One.
I'm the only
Well,
person I know that'll binge watch Adventure Time 9 times in a row.
Adventure Time, yes. I'm like that with Archer. I'm like that with
Adventure Time's
Archer.
the
Oh, I
bomb.
know about you and Archer.
I'll leave Archer on the background as noise. It's so good.
That's exactly what Burn does. That's exactly what Burn does. Every time I visit
you gotta
him,
do that.
Archer's on the television and he's
You're
just
not
in
even
the
watching
background.
TV. It's just background noise. It's like
Noise,
it's there.
yeah.
I don't want to hear my own thoughts. I want to hear random shit going on in the background.
I want to hear Cocaine Bear.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, I
But
read a
yeah.
study that suggested people that suffer from moderate anxiety or more are the same people that tend to binge watch the same things over and over and over because they know what's going to happen, so they don't have to worry about what's next.
Oh no, mine isn't anxiety. Mine's just because I used to be a drug addict and I don't have nothing better to do now.
He just watches and he's like,
One place with another.
yay.
I just get excited. If the house is too quiet, I'm like, I'm gonna die right here.
I'm like, Alexa, Siri, TV, let's go. Alexa, shut up.
So here's the thing. I am a fucking extrovert that has to be an introvert now since I've had a child, right? Do you know how crazy that drives me?
Sounds horrible.
I love my baby. My baby
I'm
is my first.
I'm the opposite. I
However-
want to escape at all times.
No. So, Itachi over here used to hate when I used to drag him out in Japan. Then he really hated every time he visited me in Texas. Hey, let's go somewhere. Why? We have food and things here. Cause I'm bored.
It was like
Japan?
No, I was trying to do something.
They have beer vending machines everywhere. You couldn't start being bored in Japan.
No,
Trying
I'm
to
talking about
get-
when we were in Texas.
Yeah.
Did you
Tex-
spend your time in Japan
Japan.
staying inside?
No.
He did.
No. So what
Not
he's
all
saying
the
is when we were in Japan, it was like there would be times because I would go out all the time, and there would be like that one day out the week where I'd be like, all right, I want to chill, and it'd be the one time he was free, and he'd be like, hey, let's go out, and I'm like, I'm tired. He's like, I don't give a fuck, let's go out. So we go out. But now when I would go visit him in Texas, I'd be like, hey, let's go do something. He'd be like, I don't wanna. And why? We've got food, Archer. What more could you want in life? And I'm like, what? I want to go out.
What did Louis C.K. said something like there's an entire world out there. How can bored even be in your vocabulary? You've seen like 2% of anything.
It's a true
Well,
statement.
all right. It is. But the other thing is about that whole statement that he kind of misses is that being a parent is hard. It's very hard. See,
Yeah, it's definitely
when
more
you're an
about your
uncle-
kids' enjoyment.
when you're an uncle, you can sit there and go,
Yep, just pass it back to the parent.
Vern, how many times do you hide in the bathroom just to have a moment, like, I don't know, 30 minutes to yourself?
ha! I am the shitting king.
I was about to say, don't
Hold on.
you don't even try to time Burn when Burn goes to the
This
bathroom.
is how the dad watches the kid. He'll be sitting there watching TV. Hey! Don't be making a mess. And goes back to
No,
watching TV.
no. My daughter is very active with me. So if she's like, Daddy! What? Let's do this. No. But I want to. And I can't say no to my daughter more than twice before she finally gets her fucking way. So
just have
yeah,
it too
it's
late.
like that.
You know, I
Yeah,
love Spider-Man, but there's only so many times I can rewatch Spider-Man Into the Multiverse.
Bullshit. That's my
It's over. It's
Bullshit.
over.
I've watched it so many times. I
Like-
have it. It's one of the
Shit.
background movies now.
I'm like, all right, can we watch a different Spider-Man?
There's
Can we-
no
can we
more
watch
other. No, there's no other
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man. Can we go back to Sam Raimi? No, no, that's.
No, I set them straight. I'm like, y'all are 9 and 7 now. We're gonna watch Logan.
Oh, you're gonna scar them for life.
Oh, hold up. It's better than a Mexican
You
house.
want
In a Mexican house,
superheroes? You want
You're like,
comics?
they're 5 years old? Great. Faces of Death is on right now.
I'll give you a taste of what the comic world is really like.
arcade.
You don't.
Oh
you,
no.
you want to.
Oh, no.
You want to enjoy comics now? I'll show you.
Yo, my mom made me watch Ju Young when I was 5.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna say Yuli and I must have had our parents must have known each other in like some alternate life because my dad did that to me with The Thing, and he was like, "Yo,
Thing's not the Santa first
You're-
date.
you're old enough now. Here," and then he turned the light off and left me in the room by myself and was like, "Here you go, watch
You're
this.
not a boy anymore.
You're not a boy anymore. You're a man." I'm like, "Oh, what? Can I watch
You know-
Star Wars?
you
Shut
know
up!
what's
Watch this."
What a fucked up movie to see when you're a kid is The Hunchback of Notre Dame, the Disney movie. That is a messed up movie.
Yo, there's a lot of
Yeah,
scary
that's
shit in
about
there. I
right.
didn't realize.
Yeah.
It's about rape.
I never watched it
All
again,
Horrible things.
have not
never
seen
watched it
in
again.
a long time.
and I
Yeah,
wouldn't watch it now.
That concept of that movie is about a rapist. The
There's
fucking
so many things
priest-
wrong with that.
So raped
Yeah.
in the face. He's just like,
Yeah.
I will steal you and do what I wish.
Do they tell
We're
the
not
voice
even talking
actors like what role they're stepping into truly when
I
they
don't
take
think they
on
do.
these roles?
You
I
can
think they-
ask, who's the guy that plays Ian Malcolm in Jurassic Park? I forgot his name now.
Jeff Goldblum?
Jeff Goldblum. His first movie, he was a rapist in Death Wish,
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah.
true.
and everybody loves him now.
Hey, and
Everybody
let's
has
not
a picture.
let's not forget the bestiality attempts of The Fly.
Oh,
That is the that's not even that is not
that's
that's
insectality.
that's yeah that's
Insectality.
that's
There
something.
was a lot of alities that we're
It
not
makes-
going to talk about.
It makes bestiality not look so bad.
that first I just want to
Like,
say
okay.
Hold up, hold up. I actually just saw a movie today called The Island of like Large Bugs. It's an anime. I just saw.
Oh
the
yeah,
trailer.
that's a fucked up.
What the fuck is this? What was that shit? There was so much shit on that. I'm like, why the fuck did someone recommend me this?
That sounds like the sequel to The Island
wait.
of Dr. Moreau.
What
Literally,
Worse.
on
literally
where?
The first time you see bugs is these two butterflies. One pokes its needle fucking mouth in a girl's ass, and the other one pokes it in her mouth, and they suck her dry. And I'm like, what the
Literally.
Is this Japanese or Korean anime?
Japanese? I'm like,
That makes sense.
What the heck? Okay, you know
And
what?
then-
That's
and then-
surprised.
definitely not on
they show people
Netflix.
get eaten by leeches, and they're all naked. I'm like, why are they naked? What happened to their clothes?
The insect
What is going on?
solution. I just want to know, how did we go from spoiled people bashing the boys to talking about insects sucking characters dry?
I don't know.
How do we do that? How do we do
The
that?
fly.
This
I'm
is the
flying.
flow of the chop chop.
It's, that is, you know what? That's the charm of it. That's the charm of it right there. But before we go too deep into the rabbit hole of bugs sucking people dry, yeah, I have to agree with what Yuli said earlier. People, y'all gotta stop being spoiled. Like, if you can't wait a week for another episode, what did you do? Like, not even 3 years ago. Shows still come out on weekly basis. Like, what the?
I got away with it.
Really?
Fucking Supernatural so fucking big. Everybody waits for it week by week. Like,
Oh, yeah.
Supernatural
Exactly.
is huge. I'm a big fan of it. I don't mind waiting week by week.
And people wait
People
week by week.
People today would have hated it back in the day when you watched WB once a week for what might be
Oh.
next.
Yo, nobody
Mm.
realizes the pain of Saturday morning cartoons.
Yo, for real.
Yo,
For real.
That's what we had. We had Saturday morning cartoons where we go on ABC and they have like the Saturday morning cartoons, like Jet X or something like that. You
Mhm.
watch that shit for the 3 hours it's on, and then you go on your day.
Which reminds
Yep.
me,
Listen,
we need a
I'm
You
Street
wait.
still
Shark
insulted
remake.
by Power Rangers.
Oh, we do.
I'm still insulted by Power Rangers.
The
Which
movie?
I didn't need to wait. I didn't need to wait a week to find out if Tommy was gonna kill everybody.
Oh,
I mean, I get it. But that's the sign of a good show when you're like
Wait, are we talking
salivating for the
real
next
life
week.
or Power
Oh, hold on.
No,
Hold on.
he's talking
Don't
to the
say
Power
it was a good
Rangers.
show because if you, no, don't say it was a good show because have you gone back and watched it?
No, I haven't. It's a good.
I
show
mean,
still.
some things don't age well, but
They-
I mean,
no,
when we
don't age
watched
well,
it for
this-
us,
oh,
when we watched it,
aged
it
like
was
Joan
good.
Rivers.
Look,
Oh, no,
damn.
no. Yo, don't
Joan
don't
Rivers, if
insult
you listen
Joan
to this
Rivers.
show,
Hey,
we love
if
you.
Joan Rivers was in front of me and said she was willing to go down, I'd fucking fuck the dust out of that bitch.
Oh my gosh. Well, there you go, Joan
The
Rivers.
duck-
Apparently, we love you.
I'd pull
She's
the
dead!
the Sahara dust out of her.
Oh no.
She's dead. That is not gonna fucking kill you.
Well, he said dust. He said dust.
For like
98.
He said dust.
For like 7 years.
Look, just don't haunt us.
my God.
Just don't haunt us,
I
Joan
thought the worst of
Rivers.
Joan Rivers happened last year.
Live, is this like part of the
No.
segment?
This is it. It's a bit that just went
I-
too
I-
far.
I
It's a
don't
bit
even know
that
what
went
we're
too
talking
far.
about.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this and
I
then
think it
move
should
on
be
to something
part of the
else
show.
because apparently we find people that can't wait a week just so stupid we can't even finish the thoughts on that. Yeah. So all y'all be careful. You know, just fucking wait for the show. You'll be all right. You're not gonna die. Get over your spoiled COVID lives. It's a good show. It wasn't even bad reviews of the show. It was literally everyone complaining that they couldn't binge watch it. And I'm just gonna say, I think Amazon did that not only to keep traffic coming to their streaming service, but to prevent spoilers day one online of the end of season 2, The Boys. Big discussion. Because we all know that people are really bad about that.
Actually, I didn't watch The Boys until a few weeks ago when Yuli pointed out how good it was because I was on my Umbrella Academy rave, and then I sat down and I binge watched it, and I was like, oh my god, this is pretty good. That first episode had me shook, man. I was like,
Oh my.
all right.
And
So if you love Supernatural, it's from the creator of the writer of The Boys is the creator of Supernatural.
That explains why it's so
Supernatural
lovable.
is a great show. It's slow start, but once you get like to season 2, you're like, oh, I'm hooked. Sam and
Yeah.
Dean for life.
That's
You know,
why
it's
every
always-
time I see a horror movie, I always say, "Yo, they need Sam and Dean up in here."
all
Every-
these original creators and directors from our childhood and teen years are now unhinged on these platforms and can just do all kinds of stuff they couldn't do
Oh,
on
they
regular
have all the
television.
fun.
And I'm like,
Oh,
oh,
yeah.
so y'all been fucked up this whole time.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
You know what? I have to say this though. I love that. I love that we can let loose on TV now. Cause I hate that shit. Like I was watching Walker Texas Ranger back. Like it was on, and I'm like, all right, let me watch it. And I'm like, I wish it was more violent. I wish I could see more blood. I wish you could see
Chuck Norris.
That roundhouse kick
Roundhouse.
literally taking someone's head off.
Oh my god!
Replace Replace Ned Stark with Chuck Norris.
You know what
Oh,
I realized?
man.
Chuck Norris movies are rated R because of pure violence. He doesn't cuss. The movies have no cussing.
He's classy.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's a classy.
I didn't realize. I didn't know
He's
that.
a classy guy that'll kick your
Violently
ass with a
classy.
smile.
I'm like, you know what? I'm all for it. I love it. It's great.
Matter
Yeah.
of fact, he probably is the cure to COVID. Chuck Norris jokes are still relevant,
Very
despite
much so.
Keanu Reeves being pretty amazing.
You know, Chuck Norris died 10 years ago. It's just dead hasn't been brave enough to tell him.
Oh no!
What? If he breaks
gosh.
100 years old,
It's game over. Wait, how old is Chuck Norris right now?
I'm surprised we didn't.
That's a
lose
good
him
question.
this year.
Kids 80s.
That'd be a pretty bad. omen
Really?
if we lost Chuck Norris this year.
Oh my god.
Chuck Norris is probably the one person like a celebrity that
He's
will survive
exactly
2020.
80 years old.
He's walking through 2020 right now, like I don't know what everyone's complaining about. It's just another year.
It's just another year for me. Yeah, yeah. But another thing, kind of talking about like things changing and people not liking it. I just want to ask this real quick. What do you guys think about VTubers? And for anybody who doesn't know, VTubers are virtual people that have created virtual personalities for themselves on YouTube. So instead of actually seeing them, you're seeing their avatar in a virtual space, which allows them, in my personal opinion, way more creative freedom because they have created this world that can do more and be more entertaining. I mean, there's literally gag reels for
There's
VR
a-
tubers.
I don't see the problem with it.
There's a VTuber that was part of a Discord I was in. Her name was like Silver Veil or something like that.
Mhm.
And her streams are pretty fucking legit. She's a VTuber. She does YouTube and streams. And like what I like is when she does like Sea of Thieves, her virtual tube thing is dressed like a pirate. Or when she does like a Dead by Daylight stream, it's dressed like one of the Dead by Daylight characters. Like that is way more entertaining. Just see that than I'm gonna say
Watching
live-
me do anything.
Exactly.
Watching
God,
the
come on.
same face on screen all the time.
No,
And
no
you
one
know-
wants to watch this. Hey guys,
hey guys.
Hey, for anybody that looks up Silver Veil on Twitter, be careful. A lot of people have created hentai of her, and it's like you don't want to search it unless you're ready for it.
now is it like
And
Blue
you-
Waffle?
No, it's
No.
just like she actually.
And Patsy, it's right up your
She even
alley.
has, she even has her own body pillows. That's what I found out. I'm like,
Oh my gosh.
you brought my phone. I'm like,
Oh
you know what,
my
girl?
gosh.
You
know
need to
what,
get
girl?
into body pillows.
Do you, girl? If you can sell body pillows, like she has clean version and
Put on gray
explicit
sweats.
and
You
I'm
can
like, you
call
know
them
what?
Body
Fuck it.
pillow girths.
Like, make your money, girl. You do you. If you're making money doing that,
Put
fuck
on
everybody
gray
else.
sweats and make a body. pillow.
Okay, I just looked it up and I see. And you know what's funny? Like, it's the fact the person probably has a really good voice. Yeah, the person has
She
a
does.
great voice and a great personality to bring it to life. And everyone is in love with the avatar. Jeez Louise, she could not have made her avatar boobs any bigger. Jeez ohms. Now, if this is her real face, this is the thing that, this is why I'm like, you know
What's
what?
her name again?
Silver Veil.
What's her name again?
That sounds
And there's
like
a picture-
comic book hero or villain or something.
If this
Like
is
she
the
has a-
real
like she
person, there
has
is
an
a picture
ability.
of the real
Like her and Silver
person.
Surfer are running around. That sounds.
Yeah, okay. Well, don't like Yuli said, don't Google too far. You won't find Silver Surfer, that's for sure. But I don't have a problem with VTubers. If honestly, I had toyed with the idea of doing it myself. The
Nothing
only
wrong
problem,
with creativity.
the only problem I saw with VTubing was the fact that for guys and ladies, a lot of the avatars are female. Like there's guys that are running VTube avatars as anime chicks. I don't exactly know how those run.
VTubers started coming up though.
Why? Is it because of the AI chick on Twitch?
Pokemon became a VTuber now.
Oh yeah, they were a niche crowd that was starting to be on the rise and making a lot of money, and it's kind of funny because and I'm pretty sure even if you guys don't stream or know anything about streaming, you guys probably have heard the name Pokimane. I've got theories on like why she went VTubing, and I can't say I blame her.
Theory.
That sounds like a water sport.
My theory. This is what's happening. Every time Pokemon pop up on like Twitter and I see her trending, I look in that trending page and it's nothing but people getting glimpses of her backside. Like, oh, she walked away. Here's a screenshot of her ass. I'm like,
oh, dude, her freaking
come on, guys.
clips are
like,
bad. Like,
yeah, it's like no wonder she's going VTubing. Y'all fucking sexualize her for no, and she's not even a sexualized like person. She doesn't sexualize herself like that. It's like y'all just turned it around on her.
Maybe I should stream with an eye patch and just say I have one eye. That's probably
you probably could. You could just say you like slammed your eye on your desk.
Great sweats on me, I'm telling you.
If I rub it off online, I'm screwed.
Nobody's looking at pants though. Nobody's gonna see you in sweats.
Nah, you put it in two locations, one in your face and the other camera extra jump.
Oh, he gonna get bad with it like 30 seconds. Immediately bad. As soon as that second camera comes up, you can no longer find this channel. Unless you have a time machine. This channel is not available. But no, I agree with Yuli because when I was going through because when I find a channel and I see a streamer and I'm like, okay, it's a popular female streamer, I'm like, let's see what her viewers have been clipping. And let me just say, I for one know Twitch is a very, very weird place. And when you see the stuff that people clip, especially even with like Pokemon clips, I'm like, why? Like, I get you got your tastes, but why? And I think she went that route because not even just that. Not even just that. I'm talking. I heard you, but I'm talking like I'm legit talking like people will go out of the way like. Don't be
let it out, you.
And this is gonna really piss Burn off because he hates this. Don't be a streamer chick and ever at any point be barefoot. Your clip library is gonna be loaded.
Yo, I got a story about that. Like I know this girl that used to work in the kitchen when she would sell pictures of her feet online, and one of her loyal customers was like, "All right, I'll double the price for pictures of your dad's feet." What the fuck? And then I'm like, "Did you get pictures of your dad's feet? That's double. You sell
silence.
$800, bro."
Guys, you guys couldn't see our face, but the silence was real. Bird is done.
Also, there's another streamer that I watch, Medina. She posted on Twitter recently that like she only showed her feet for like 2 seconds in a clip, and now she's getting blown up messages about people paying for feet pics.
It'll take off.
Hold on. Today was almost the day that word came out. Today is almost the day.
But seriously, like I think like she kind of like joked around with it a little bit, but it probably stuck. It had a backfiring effect, and she took about a month off from like social media in general, streaming social media and everything. And then I think it had I didn't really read too deep into the articles, but there's this guy who like made a name for himself literally just bashing on Pokimane, like calling her out for like hiding she has a boyfriend and like, you know, calling her fake and stuff, which me personally, and I've had this conversation with my chat, I don't feel you have to tell the world your relationship status. Yeah, if you don't want to.
Well, that's also a problem with female streamers. As soon as they announce they are in a relationship with someone, half their views drop. They lose all their profit. It's like they have
they lose the monetary.
They literally have to have that to gain any monetary anything. Because then all you're left with are just.
I'll try that next stream, guys. I'm single.
I think what happens is with them, well, there's two kind of like audiences. There are those who, like I've watched, where they will say, you know, hey, I'm married, and their viewership won't drop because their husband never ever shows face. Presence is never even known. So as far as the audience is concerned, in their imaginative world, he doesn't exist. And if she never mentions it again, like, I think there's like a prime time to answer. If you're brand new on the scene, you haven't really gotten established, and you say it in the beginning, you're like, hey, I've got a husband. A lot of them probably learn from then, like, okay, don't say it again. But they put it out there. They didn't keep it a secret. People do know, but they said it when they were small, so they don't see a need to repeat it again. And then the new people coming in, they're just coming in and they're like, oh, hey, there's this, you know, pretty face. And a lot of people, their significant others, like, hey, you make your money. If these guys want to think you're on the market, that's on them. Shit, that stuff's paying for my PlayStation 5.
Hey, it's kind of like what I said back in season 1. There's people out there that do fucking certain things. It's kind of like the whole porn thing I talked to you about that one day, where I was like, hey, there's porn actresses that are married, had a full-on relationship, loving, budding relationship, but they've been married all this time. The dude doesn't give a fuck because the simple fact of the matter is this: you're making all this money, I'm cool. If you have to go do gangbang, black gangbang 45 somewhere else,
Oh my god,
just to make $100,000.
Yeah, it's like Limp Bizkit said, money makes the world go round. Anybody got a problem with that? My business.
Can we kick it from the
Can I
chat?
get a witness?
Can we get Limp Bizkit here from the chat? Let's get him the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Damn.
Can we?
Fred Durst is the last person we need to quote.
Oh, no.
But
No, it really is the end of times.
It's over. 2020 has consumed us all. But no, like this is
the answer to 2020.
oh no.
Fred Durst, all he has to do is sing about COVID, and COVID's gone. Nobody has it.
COVID, not me. Hell yeah.
Well,
Stop it.
My highway.
why haven't we done this already? The solution's been here the whole time.
Shit.
Fred Durst.
If I say fucking 2 more times.
Oh my god, somebody stop him. No way. But it's
ridiculously catchy.
It's but no, she's catching a lot of heat for going VTuber. There's been a lot of VTubers calling her out, like, you know, a lot, and I can understand their fear, because it's the same thing when big face actors were starting to take on voice acting roles. It was the same thing like that. Voice actors were starting to feel like, okay, you're already known on camera, like, why are you coming into our element? We're the voices behind the camera. You know, we've been doing this for years.
Certain
and
voice actors did some shady shit, but we're not going to talk about that again because I've said
well,
my
I
piece
mean,
a year ago.
Here's the thing, though. Like, there's money around for everyone. I don't think it's just like a exclusive party for everything.
I think they're fearing her presence.
What was it gonna do? Bring more people into VTubing and bring more people to them potentially? What
Maybe.
Pokemon brings like what, her like viewers and shit into VTubing, and they're like, all right, Pokemon's off stream. I've seen all her things. YouTube is gonna recommend other VTubers for you, and oh look, you're a VTuber. You got publicity right there. You're on the recommended page because you're another VTuber like Pokemon. The fuck's the problem with that?
And you know, I agree with that, because I'm like, you know, if you are in that element, you've been in it already, utilizing the tools that are available to you and pretty much using her popularity to your advantage would be the best course of action in this case. If you're afraid, a lot of people are just taking it at an immediate face value of, great, a popular person is going to come in, and they're thinking she's gonna suck up, you know, their their viewers, their viewership. And I get where their thought process comes from as a streamer. Because I always say, like, No Man's Sky, I felt bad for the regular No Man's Sky streamers, because when No Man's Sky came out with that big update, it flooded, you know, big streamers who had never touched No Man's Sky came in, and yes, No Man's Sky skyrocketed to like the top 5 on the page
for like a couple months.
Yeah, it was like it was up there. It was up there. Big streamers are in there, but I don't think the regulars were getting those viewers.
They bring in 100,000. They end the stream. Oh, look, you're still streaming. They still want to see maybe 2 more minutes of No Man's Sky. They see you. They're like, all right, I'll watch this. 1 or 2 more. They don't suck. Like, they're not gonna suck up your viewers. Are there for you, apparently. Like, if you're on No Man's Sky and you have viewers, they're not there for the game. They're there for you now.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. It's fucking No Man's Sky. They're not there for. So even if a big streamer comes in, those viewers are probably gonna like leak in through somewhere. Maybe not all the hundreds of thousands, but maybe a couple, 20 or 30 of them. That's still a rise. That's still bringing in more people. That's still
it's still good numbers. Yeah, it's still good numbers. I think everyone is just really legitimately just scared because they feel like something's been taken from
your
them.
game is like #1 on the trending list. Like, oh, it has 800,000 viewers right now. Why is everybody watching this? Let me go search a few channels.
This is true, because what people did on Mixer, before Mixer, you know, died, rest in peace. What they did was
it chose to die.
It chose to die. But what basically happened was when Ninja and Shroud and all the big streamers kept coming over, what people basically did was they would just say they would title their stream, "Hey, welcome to Mixer, ask me anything." They decided, fuck it, we're gonna capitalize on these big people coming our way, and they garnered off of that. So what I'm thinking is, I'm like, all these VTubers have to do is be like, okay, Pokimane is, you know, a VTuber. She's gonna be under the same tags as VTubers. Label your stream the same way, so whenever she's done and those people disperse, there's gonna be like, you know, out of 20,000 plus people, 1,000 of those people are gonna want to keep watching another VTuber. People who've never known what VTubers are gonna become curious about it, so they're gonna spread out. And I don't think a lot of them are seeing it for that, but I also think what's working against her is
Itachi. After seeing Silver Sail for like the brief few seconds you did, you think she's gonna suck up a couple of Pokimane's viewers when she's done?
She's definitely gonna.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, she is.
Because there's already that AI chick. She calls herself an AI on Twitch, who's like a full 3D VTube streamer. And she actually gets, I think gets almost just as many views as Pokimane now. Because actually Pokimane is in a very bad spot right now. She's actually becoming, there's a lot of articles
about VTubing.
Yeah, well and like she's becoming like one of the more disliked streamers right now.
For what? What'd she do this time?
So it's not even anything she's done, really.
People are review bombing her because of the fact she went into V-streaming instead of showing her face.
Oh, fuck off.
Yeah, they're exactly. They're upset that they can't.
Competitive streamers left. Or is it just all creativeness?
I think it's
Ninja, Shroud.
Like, here's the thing though, competitiveness kind of gets boring after a time.
Yeah. Sex appeal never dies. Yeah, and sex appeal never dies.
Hey, I've been and told
without a shirt, you're good.
I guess if I want to see competitiveness, I'll watch esports competitions.
Exactly.
If I wanted to see competitive, I'd pay 2 crackheads to play a video game.
Look at fucking Ninja. He doesn't get competitive no more. He still gets angry, but like, he's no longer the same vicious asshole he was before he became that big.
True. Very, very true.
Ninja was a vicious asshole when he was starting up.
And Dr. Disrespect, as far as I was concerned, was probably the last legit competitive player.
I think it's his character that makes it. It's creativeness.
But I also, and I don't think Twitch wants. Yes, Twitch hosts esports, but I don't think they want competitive streamers that aren't falling into the esports league category because they don't want the pull. They don't want the pull being taken away from that esports thing that they're trying to build. Like, hey, we feature esports, so all the competitiveness has to be focused on there. Because if you get a competitive streamer that people actually would enjoy, it benefits that streamer and not Twitch. And we all know, as we'll find out, as we'll get into it a little bit, Twitch is all about, okay, but how does this benefit us? So honestly, Dr. Disrespect was probably becoming kind of circling to like when he got, you know, banned from Twitch.
Being like live TV right now with their test of ads midstream out of nowhere for certain people. What kind of bullshit is that?
They literally,
money.
Companies have come to them and offered them a crazy amount of lump sum. And a little context to what we're talking about. Twitch is now,
you know what's gonna happen to that person that's watching an ad mid-streamer?
They're gonna leave.
Oh, fuck this! I'm out.
They're gonna leave because they're gonna think it was the streamer.
Have you watched what it looks like? Like the game gets put down in the corner where you can barely
put down
see
in a minimized corner and you can still see the thing. But they're not gonna watch the ad. They're not gonna care for it. It gets muted. But they're like, I'm focused on that. Fuck. You know what? Here, I'm gonna say it right now. Who the fuck, Miller Lite? Fuck you, Miller Lite. And you're.
They're really bad about it. They're really bad.
Never mind.
That's why you're drinking Corona.
I'm gonna tell you what's gonna be worse, and they're doing this right before. They're going to do this. They're doing this right before the holiday season, which is annoyingly strategic because what company is very famous for putting out all the Twitch partner ads right around Christmas and New Year? Coca-Cola. And this is probably them slowly building up to that shit. Because I'll tell you one thing, and I'm going to say this. Hey, and if anybody from Twitch is listening, I was just gonna say Twitch partner ads. No, Twitch partner ads are the most racist ads I have ever seen, and they do it in such a happy context kind of way. Like Twitch and Coke. If you don't think you don't see a single black person, and I see you try to be slick and put like the lightest skinned Indian you can find in there, we know black people. We have not seen a single black person in your ass.
You know, they exaggerate on it too because they only use white bears.
Exactly. Yeah. Like why did it have to be the polar bear? You got a whole plethora of bears you could pick from. Why did it have to be the white polar bears?
Black bears need love too.
You could have picked the black bear. You could have picked the brown grizzly bear. No, it's always the white polar bear.
Bears that are dark. They picked the only one that's white.
They're gonna be like, but because it's South Pole and it's cold, and they get that out of here. You could have sold it.
White is right.
If your creative marketing team couldn't sell an ice cold drink using a bear in a tropical setting, then you need a whole new marketing team.
They lost the usage of cocaine and Coca-Cola. They had to go another way. You can't. They had to go powdery white somehow, so they used bears instead of cocaine.
Well, here's another thing too. Coca-Cola's biggest market was movie theaters. Every time you go to a movie theater, before the movie starts, you see a Coca-Cola ad. They don't have that no more. There's no theaters are having that amount of people anymore.
Yeah.
So they have to fill the gap somewhere.
Yeah, and the ones that let you just go in there and drink while you watch.
That is a very dangerous thing, by the way.
It's very pleasant.
Very pleasant.
It's pleasantly overpriced.
And watch.
Privately owned movie theaters are the best.
2 beers in, you look at the bill.
This Long Island's working, you know.
Hey. The movie was actually the afterthought. Really was for the drinks. The movie was just kind of like an extra add-on. But no,
when you get asked to please leave the theater, sir. You've had too many.
You've had too many. But no, Twitch doing that mid-roll. That mid-roll crap is stupid.
I got a funny ass theater story right now. This is while we were in high school when the first Avengers came out. We decided to go watch it.
Oh, wait. Hold the fuck up.
What's up?
I can't be the only one that feels old right now with what he just said.
We were in high school.
When the first Avengers came out, I was in high school.
Look, hey, I think I'm the baby. Well, not the baby. I'm like the second baby.
In my early 20s.
All right, so this is what happened. We had my boy who always had to take a piss mid-movie. but the movie was so good, he decided, you know what? I'm gonna piss in the corner right there. So he
Ew,
sneaks
what?
his ass to the corner, takes a piss in the middle of the fucking movie theater, right? We go out, the movie's over, we leave, and he's like, fuck, I dropped my keys in the theater. He had to go back in, find his keys, this is karma for you, fell in the puddle of piss he took.
I'm just surprised nobody just like busted their ass at random in that corner.
Yo, we were.
Hey, at least he didn't have to do. At least it wasn't number 2. At least there wasn't
Afraid
any
of
butter.
I get all worried about if my phone's on silent and this guy's peeing in the theater.
I'm like, how do you? That's the quietest piss ever.
He was a sneaky
Now
ass.
they call you out.
He was a ninja. He was a ninja. Fuck that. That dude deserves a medal. Go to American Ninja
You
Warrior.
had a
You've
whole-
done it.
Is that what he thought about the movie? Like, hang on, this is okay, but I gotta pee right here.
I mean, not if they were still drinking it and they still wanted their drink.
I know.
Then you.
Listen, if you are at that point where you had to pee in the middle of a movie in the theater, man, fuck that cup. That cup is.
I'm sure most of you know that guy who, you know, in the Navy peed himself in his rack drunk too. So, I mean, there's always a thing.
Yeah, there's always yeah. But
We don't come
No.
people that had shitty drawers after getting drunk.
oh my gosh, oh
And
no,
some of us
that's
I almost had to carry that motherfucker. And then the next day he would go
No.
look at you like, what do I do? You see that shit smear right there? I didn't clean it on purpose.
just a little context too, guys. That's none of us currently in the show, in case anyone's wondering.
I never did that. I just got to eat my invisible popcorn and watch it happen to other people.
No, I wanted to take his head and put his nose in it. Like, look what you did! Look
Oh
at
no.
Wake up in the morning, I look over, I'm like, oh, okay, so that happened. Sucks for him. I'm gonna work.
No, I looked over. I'm like, I'm supposed to go on a plane in like 6 hours. The fuck? They're like, we woke you up because you were the closest person to him. There's like 3 people right here. They're all drunk. So you wake up the sober person? Nah, let they drunk asses be together. What I look like taking care of duty, brother. You're not gonna help clean? No.
Oh
fuck I look
no. Oh gosh.
The fuck I
We'll
look
have-
like little shitty bras over here in this 20.
Oh no. This is.
Cause you got brown cake covered bridges. What the
What's
fuck?
happening?
I don't. You know, I was sitting here thinking. I was just like, apparently, talking about Twitch leads to doo doo butter.
It do.
It's the same
Yo,
fucking thing.
somebody
I
eventually
It's
got
like
on
a
Twitch and be like,
combination of words.
This is he just out. It's a gift for him. He just goes and just slaps things together that just were not supposed to ever be said.
it's doo-doo, baby.
All I'm gonna say is this: Twitch, the fact that we were able to lead our conversation to doo-doo butter after talking about you means you need to get your shit together. Those two things should not be
Literally.
able to be connected in any way, shape, or form.
Today's
You know
stream
what?
is brought to
You
you
know
by
what?
Doo-Doo
Here's
Butter.
the thing. The only ads that should be allowed on Twitch are fucking Amazon ads. That's it.
No,
That made
I
Amazon
disagree.
Prime. I get that. I can see that.
I disagree a little bit. I do
Go on,
disagree a little bit. Gaming ads and an occasional Amazon ad. But it should predominantly be gaming.
Why-
I agree with Burn.
Why are you
You're
promoting
right.
it like that?
Because somebody likes to drink piss flavored beer like a bitch.
That explains half the people on Twitter, right? I mean, on Twitch right now.
We
Yep,
should be.
yeah.
We should have the option of running ads that are about games that maybe we're even playing to promote them to get a chunk of that revenue.
I will tell you, the only ads I ever watch are the ones that are advertising a movie that could
Why the
kind
fuck-
of.
no.
I've only seen
Or-
one ad. The Miller Lite ad. That is the only ad that I see. That's why I
I
fucking
is-
hate Miller Lite. Miller Lite.
is
Your
Miller
ad's
Lite.
supposed to make me like
promoting
you,
a movie.
but I
don't
hate
give
you right
a
now.
fuck.
Who drinks
I-
light?
I don't fucking
I mean,
know. White trash beef.
There's
or
people that
something.
drink light beer. There's people
White
that
people?
drink light beer.
I drink Bush Light.
I just slid that in there. Nobody said anything.
I heard you, you bastard. I heard you. I wanted to laugh, but I couldn't get over what Warner said. Both of y'all said some bullshit just now, but
Oh,
my
the real
gosh.
conversation is here, though. Why the fuck are people drinking Miller Lite? That's the real fucking question.
I'm saying.
Why are people drinking Miller Lite?
When there's so many good beers out there.
people have it. Hold on, I will explain. And I will go into this with logic and not comedy.
Let's hear this logic.
There's people out in the world today that have not grown out of their high school phase. In high school, you had like 3 options of beers, right? You had Smirnoff Ice, you had Natty Ice, and you had Miller Lite. Apparently, in certain codes.
2020.
And oh no, see, high school me was out here smoking weed and potentially going to cocaine eventually, but that's not the point.
High school me was drinking liquor by that time. What the fuck are people drinking beer
Is it-
for?
This is share hour.
I don't even remember what
had
high school
no
me was doing.
You were being an innocent young lad.
I probably was. It's probably why I can't
I
remember. I'm
wasn't
very
either.
ashamed.
Wanna
I
hear
was
something?
trying to be Buffy the Micro Slayer with a blunt.
I'm not gonna name names. I'm not gonna point out this particular person, although Itachi might know.
Is
But
this
one
why
time-
Itachi is so PG most of the time?
Yes,
Pretty much.
This is why this motherfucker's PG.
Pretty much.
A specific person whose name I'm not gonna mention because I'm gonna be cool like that. Who, when I was in the Philippines, this particular person did cocaine, unbeknownst to me until I realized it later, and I had to chase this motherfucker around this goddamn island beach, trying to find him and get him back to the ship. He was on his own fucking program, white beater and boxer.
Hold on. Was it your partner in crime? Was it your partner in crime?
It was one of my partners in crime.
Yeah.
Was it your main partner in crime? That's all I need to know. Was it your main partner in crime? Was it number 1 or number 2?
Probably
Number one.
Okay,
Number
there
one.
it is.
Number
There it
one.
is. I figured.
Disclaimer: I did not do cocaine.
It's cocaine.
Look, I
It was
never
him.
did cocaine.
He also
Well-
got a tattoo during this time too, which I didn't.
Oh, it's definitely number 1.
Oh,
No.
yeah. Okay, when you said
Yeah,
tattoo,
definitely.
the light bulb went on in my head. The light bulb
I
went
assumed
on.
it was that one. What the
That
second
was
you said?
stressful. That was a stressful day because I was drunk.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Cocaine's a
No,
hell of a drug.
I remember. I know what day you're talking about because what makes it worse because I think that was the day somebody else got super mad because their ex-girlfriend was that person's ex, and that's the day they found out that that certain particular female used to do certain things to that person that he never knew that she did. And I was like,
Wow.
you don't go ATM. You don't go ATM.
This is true. I,
I've had adventures.
this is why I'm PG with everything.
Again,
It's safer
again,
that
as
way.
usual, neutral party, invisible popcorn. Sometimes I had to intervene.
I was a good noodle in the fucking Japan.
I
was
tried
a
to be.
great noodle. No, I was a great noodle. The worst thing that you could get me for is telling a hooker to sit down, shut the fuck up, and don't touch me.
Oh my god. I was there for that. I was there for that. That poor lady was just trying to do her job. And she walks in
Yeah,
the
and I
room.
didn't need her job.
What is
I did
wrong
not
with
need
y'all?
her job.
Bird didn't even make eye contact with this girl the whole time. She walks in the room. I knew like he was gonna turn her down with like out even blinking, but the way he did it was just so cold. The room kind of
Was
went
it?
quiet.
Was it? Was
He didn't even look at her. He
That
just
was wrong.
straight stared ahead. She was like, she got the HE of hey out, and he was like, finger up,
it?
sit down, shut up, don't talk to me, look pretty. And he didn't even look at her. And she did.
Yo,
She didn't
No,
say
dude.
anything.
yo, that's big dick energy.
No, no. It gets better. It gets better, and he still yells at me about this to this day. And he makes fun of me, and even my wife was like, "Yo, you're kind of a dick for that." I'm like, because later, like, she tried something, and like she tried to kiss me. I was like, "Nah, don't fucking touch me."
Mm-mm.
She's like, "You don't want me? Nah, I'll pay you to fuck him if you want, but I'm not touching you. I'm not touching you. Fuck out of here. Don't touch me."
Oh my god.
I mean, I was like buzzed, but that sobered me
culprit
up
was-
so
The
fast.
culprit
No.
was Hennessy. That's all I'm gonna say. The culprit was Hennessy.
Just sitting there wondering, like, can you touch me?
No.
I was fine.
No.
I was good.
He actually
I was
actually
good.
got mad at me because I looked at him. I was like, "Hey, I will literally, as long as you don't fucking touch me, I will give you $100 if you want to fuck him."
I
or
can
him."
imagine Itachi's
Not
like,
kidding.
wow, Kara's got a lot of editing to do.
This. I'm saying, I am thinking, I'm like, man, Kara's gonna really like this episode. There's gonna be.
Kara, if you can, when Warner's talks about this, can you please put up like a random picture of a Japanese girl and then just Warner's face like dead on, just like no.
No. So Itachi called me an asshole because he was like, "You could have just said you didn't want nothing." I was like, "I did." He's like, "No."
I mean, no,
What you
like,
did was, he was like, "You were cold blooded." I was like, "Was I?" He's like, "You made her cry. She cried to me as you proceeded to walk out of this building because you got dragged to this club. Why don't you tell them that you dragged me to this place so that y'all could frolic
The
around?"
one thing,
Hold on. Itachi, the girl cried to you?
she just cried.
Yeah, she cried to you.
Look, so here's the thing
She
about.
was
Itachi in all of these weird situations overseas.
She was crying on
Yeah.
your shoulder. You didn't high five your brother, be like, "Hey man, thanks for the free leg."
No, it wasn't a free leg. I can tell you right now, it wasn't a free leg. Because here's what happened.
You're all
I
going
can
to
tell you
hell.
exactly how this happened. Yes, we're all going to hell.
Wait,
I'm
hold
going
on,
to
hold on. Wait, I was a good noodle, okay? I was a good noodle. I was a good noodle.
I feel like I was good.
I'm the PG person of the group, okay? I'm the PG person. Shush,
Say the
Bird.
word.
You
I can't
shush.
say the word.
You
I
shush.
can't say the word. You can't say the fucking word. No. Okay. So context about this night, right? I had been married for 11 years. At that time, I was married for like 6 months, maybe. I am very loyal to my spouse. But when you're in the Navy and you have to go to these Liberty ports, you have to have a Liberty buddy. All my Liberty buddies at that
Cheers.
time was like, hey, I'm having a dry spell. Motherfucker, it's only been like a week. It's a
Oh,
dry
man.
spell.
It's dry spell.
How would those
It's a
same people
desert.
feel about their spouses overseas? They wouldn't like it if they claimed dry spell.
Mhm.
Right. They're like, I need to get it off. I was like, yo, I'll go with y'all, but I ain't doing shit.
LimeWire.
Y'all gonna no like,
Shit.
I was like,
LimeWire
y'all
was a
could-
thing
y'all
then.
can buy me-
Oh my god, we're old.
Yeah.
Holy
I'm
crap.
sitting here. I'm like, y'all can buy me drinks. That's cool, but I ain't doing shit with y'all. So this motherfucker buys me a bottle of Hennessy and is like, have fun.
Ooh.
Stay
See,
classy, golden boy.
I was the best Liberty buddy. I never asked my Liberty buddies to do anything that would get them in trouble. Their whole goal
You gave
was
me
to have
a fifth of
fun.
Hennessy and expected me to not behave.
All I did,
You
because all I knew
expected me
was
to be
if I
sick
got in trouble
on
or
a
I was going to
fifth
make a
of Hennessy.
bad judgment
A
call.
fifth. You expected me to. I knocked back a fifth of Hennessy and I was like, all right, cool. I feel lovely right now. Yo, I want to go downstairs and drink Mojo.
Oh,
Two of
God.
us.
I just wanted to collect Starbucks cups in every country, but the rest of the group just wanted to deviate the whole time and ruin my good time. I just wanted to collect.
Hey.
I just wanted to get Zippo lighters and see some animals and maybe drink a little bit of liquor.
I
Nah,
couldn't be in Australia
motherfuckers-
without
You know what I'm
going
thinking
on
right now?
koala bear.
I'm thinking Yuli is thinking, damn, I should have been hanging out with these guys.
That's what I'm thinking right now.
So, for context, out of the 6 people group that we were in, Itachi was the good noodle, and I was the one that had to be like, yo, I don't want to be here no more. All of y'all are sitting here fucking. Like, and I don't mean
No, literally. Like not even private rooms. Just you would go in with your
y'all out here with your leg up here. Actually, I'll show you how the
It was so bad.
y'all sitting here, dick down in the air and everything else, and I'm like, bruh.
Who remembers that guy who drank one too many and then took some Valium and then the Japanese cops chased him?
Are we talking about the?
Wait, is it the one that fell off the roof?
I was about to say the one that fell off the. Was it the roof or he jumped or he fell off the window trying to climb?
Was it the roof?
Hold up. I don't want
Or
everybody
was
to
it
get
the
confused.
tripod?
Real
Plot
quick,
twist. It
I don't
might
want
have been
everybody.
me.
Hold up, real quick. I don't want everybody to get confused. I am the only person here who's not a veteran. Everybody else here is. I am the only civilian. I just hang out with a lot of people.
Everyone's probably like waiting, like, man, what did Yuli do in this all the situation? Yuli is learning right now with you guys as you're learning.
I'm not learning. I've worked with veterans before. I've cooked with them. These are normal stories I hear. It's always.
This
fun
is
for
a
me.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Got away with a lot of dumb shit. And Danny Deem was a good buddy of mine, and he was very, very much an enabler.
Oh,
Yes, he was.
for sure. I think he listens to the podcast.
Good.
He found my
He
Game
might.
Sprout video, so I'm pretty sure he listens to the podcast.
We
Hey,
still
buddy.
chat sometimes. Thank you for the good times.
Good times.
Hey,
Yeah,
Tachi,
no,
what are you doing right now?
Wait, what? What am I drinking right now?
Yeah.
Water.
Cocaine.
Zombie juice. The Walking Dead in my
Water.
Walking Dead cup. No, it's actually not water. No, okay, guys, I get it. I'm PG, okay? I'm not that PG. It's Pepsi.
Hey, it's cool, man. It's cool. Water too. Am I allowed? Is that promotion?
It's-
Will you get
Hey,
in trouble for that?
Corners,
Probably.
There you go. Want a little pour in there?
Ugh.
Hmm.
Dude, I'm such a lightweight now, which is a good thing. Like, I'll have 2 beers and I'm like, okay, let's go to bed.
So
Oh yeah, no.
I have
10 years
I have
ago,
realized-
if you gave me a beer, I would just be great.
Yeah,
That's nothing.
it's a good thing.
Give me 2 now, I'm hurt.
Yeah.
Oh,
I've
Oh,
realized
Lord,
something.
I
After
downed
some
2
thought.
margaritas the other night, and I was like, you gotta drive. You know what? Let's just get an Uber.
I haven't had a drink since January, like right before the COVID thing really got bad. So I actually am probably, yeah, I have actually been so doggone sober that I'm probably a lightweight right now.
So, Pete, you say doggone.
I say
Smoking these doggone.
doggone.
dang,
You know,
man.
So I think I realized why I became, well, I don't even know when I became PG, because there was a point where I actually kind of would
You were
like
worse
cut
than me.
loose. There would be
You were
those
worse than me.
days. Yeah, there would be those days, but I guess like as I got older, and I don't know, maybe like the people I've interacted with have like kind of changed like how I do certain things, because I know you like we've already talked about like having a podcast where we like just cut loose, and this is kind of like the PG-13 version of that. Like, guys, we were probably gonna go like, what's the rating that's above R? Was it like NC-17? That's what the podcast was supposed to be for that exclusive one, like NC-17. This is like PG-13 of what that podcast could be. I think I'm just PG because I think a lot. I am a very deep and overthinker. So
That's why we all need to get drunk.
So you're trying to say
So, I'm stupid.
I do
that's
think.
what you just said. We're stupid. We are
What?
stupid. That's what you said.
You know, it was funny because I was looking at War Nurse's face and he was like slowly starting to frown. Like, hold on. Is Itachi saying what I think
I've
he's
been
saying?
reading.
I'll have you know, I've read a book. It was The Magic Treehouse #1. Fantastic read.
So in my head, I called you a raggedy bitch.
Wait, no, guys, no, that's not what I
Zero
meant. I
topics
meant
have been covered.
what I meant was for me. I think a lot about it's. You know how they always say it's the quiet one. It's always the quiet ones you gotta watch out for.
Oh, so you're John Wayne Gacy. I'm kidding.
Wow!
Put yourself on a pedestal.
Wow!
Hey, you're fine. You know there's no such thing as a black serial killer.
Hold up.
Yeah,
Is there,
yeah.
Are we sure we need a podcast with 4 people?
Nothing.
Because Itachi's ego fits all 4 of ours, right?
That's why he has Greg.
Yeah! We don't look at that. Everyone's probably like, "Oh God."
Poor Kara. Poor Kara.
Hey, I think everybody's entitled. Everybody's entitled to an ego moment. We are all entitled to an ego moment. That was mine. I will now put my soapbox away.
Listen, at least my ego. At least
Everybody's
at
entitled to
least my ego isn't
Please
22.
expect your friends to tear you the fuck down.
Oh, yeah. That's yeah. Anytime I ever started to let my ego go anywhere, Burn would just start grinning like that. He would just start grinning, and I was just like,
Yeah.
well.
I'm glad I'm not the same person I was in the Navy because I think I would have been in prison.
The Navy kept me out of prison, actually. So I mean, hey.
I got away
I don't
with
even.
shit. I don't know how.
I don't even want to try to think about where I would
didn't
have been.
mean, dude. I went on adventures. It wasn't my fault. I just got kind of sucked into them with my invisible popcorn, and the next thing you knew, I was in trouble too.
Oh man.
There's too much silence.
Oh man. Because I think in some way we are all guilty of that. In whether we were a veteran or not, there's always been that moment where you're just like, well, that just happened.
Yeah, my ex.
Oh god.
I blame drugs.
That could be a podcast in and of itself.
Oh, my hatred for my ex? Yes, it could.
I could have a whole show on just that. Would we dare? We were talking about like finding a topic that would be like something that we could go in on.
What do we do? Like our funniest stories, like you guys in your military, me and my cooking days.
No, sir. Hell
There's
no.
there.
And that,
There's
They-
not a civilian in my life that knows anything ever from my early 20s.
fuck.
Damn, now that I think
So-
about it, I think it's the same for me too. I don't think I shared like some of those Navy,
Is that
like
just
the
a
real
military
Navy
man?
stories.
No. So one of my worst ones deals with Itachi and a young person named Logan.
That's right.
Oh, okay.
Right.
As soon
In
as he-
Thailand.
Oh,
Nope. No. Fuck no, I'm not sharing that story.
I mean,
oh.
yeah.
YouTube.
The thought
Yeah,
of that
this is gonna
story
be great.
makes me think that someone should have had chlamydia at the end of the day.
What the
Well, I
fuck?
wasn't on that level.
You know what? If this podcast gets like a certain number of listens, let's just like make a number among ourselves. I'm not gonna say a number because nobody would know, but we'll know. Like after the show, we'll come up with a number, and if it gets like, let's say, what, like 100 likes on YouTube,
I was saying more like 200.
200. Yeah, if we get like
it,
two.
It's gotta be high up.
If we get like 200 likes on the YouTube VOD of this, I'll convince the group here to open up a bit, and then we can have a good
worried looking at their
podcast.
faces, I ain't gonna lie.
Do you remember the incident I'm talking about with Logan?
Yeah, I also remember another one from the Philippines
Yeah.
that almost got
I
me
cannot
kicked out
hear
the
that.
Navy.
The Philippines one we can actually somewhat share. The Thailand one, I'm not sharing that as my life.
I mean, look, I wouldn't look. I would say we know
Alright,
share
you know
the
what,
stories
it's
we're
not gonna
comfortable
happen.
with. I say share the stories we are comfortable with.
International incident. Fuck no.
I'm
Well,
over
obviously-
here about, like, talking about the chefs I worked with doing cocaine off their knives, thinking they're badass and shit.
Wow.
You guys got some like worst thing. I'm like, oh, I want to know now.
Did they use that knife in the? So,
I did
so
some
you might
illegal
have
shit that
cocaine
I
in
did.
some of your food.
Why somebody do some illegal
Like,
shit they should have never done?
Line it up, put it on their knife, and like that.
Whee!
And if
Oh,
you
that-
cut
This way.
it up, you
There-
cut
the-
it fucked up.
There's
Wow.
a reason why I have to see a psychiatrist now, and I should have been doing it a long time ago
Okay,
to keep me out of trouble.
put it like this. It started, everything was fine. Then it became a Hangover 2-like adventure trying to find this person.
My story.
There was a tiger involved. A whole lot of other shit. I'm not
in
explaining
Thailand?
it.
Was
It
this
was in
Thailand?
Thailand.
Yeah.
Yes, it
I
was.
mean, when you think about like where else could you get involved with the wild animal like a tiger, or
There
you
was
know-
a tiger involved, other shit, and a donkey. That was the
Oh
last.
my god. Okay.
good times. I mean, not at that moment,
No,
but
it was
Well,
not.
I got in. I went a different direction.
I was sober. That was a painful sober to me.
I don't want to know anything what you did sober with a horse.
I was not the one with the horse. It was a donkey.
oh my
Wait, we're gonna have to call Peter if you say that story. Let's not.
I just want to
No,
know.
it's not-
Can somebody tell me where we went so wrong today?
Nobody
we
fucked the
went
donkey before
wrong.
we get any ideas.
I mean, there wasn't much to say. Twitch is bullshit, and the other chick
Little
sucks.
bitches.
No one's worth
Twitch
watching on
is-
YouTube or
Twitch.
Twitch. Here we are.
The virtual shit is taking over. Twitch is bullshit. and Twitch is cuckolding the market. Again.
There we go. I mean, we hit the topics.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
We're banned
You know what?
from all future episodes for the season.
You know what?
Immediately
Brian.
replaced.
Give us a list of what not to say.
You
Yeah,
know, so I used to make outline for the show. Burn knows this. Like season 1, I used to make outlines for the show,
He made
and-
it season 1, I made it season 2, and then things
and it just was such it just became such a pain in the ass.
When
I
keeping it
feel
real
like
was
the
wrong.
way we're doing it, the Joe Rogan way we're doing it, because it's basically Joe Rogan and it's just letting it fly off.
It's
No,
it's
he gets scared when I'm off cuff. He's
because you know I
terrified
never
to let
know what he's going to say, and there's just some times where he forgets, and yeah.
That's why don't y'all see me zone out at least 7 times every show?
Every
Like
time you
this?
take a puff of your stick.
Yep. Yep.
Literally, every time you puff your stick, you're like, you zone out for a few seconds.
Kara, I need you to zoom in every time Warner zones out. Just zoom in very slowly, and then when he notices, snap back like nothing happened, and then just keep doing it every time. Perfect.
Carol, we're making her do a lot of work.
God, Kara's cool though. Kara's cool. The show is like
It's such a great show.
it has a whole new element because of having Carol on board and helping with the show. And I gotta say, like, I'm actually very, very happy with where it's come, how it started to where it is now, because
Oh, there's a big growth.
it's a huge growth, and the dynamic is just so
Maybe
amazing.
ever.
Yeah, the dynamic is just literally just amazing. Like there's some shows and podcasts I listen to, and I gotta say, probably maybe because he's been doing it for so doggone long, Joe Rogan is probably still one of my favorite ones, because a lot of the other ones feel, and I know mine started that way, they just feel too structured. Yeah, they feel too structured. It's like they're too scared to, because I was reading a tweet and someone was like, hey, do you curse in your podcast? And a lot of people are like, well, I feel it's bad. And I get it. for advertising purposes, people would be like, "Oh my gosh, profanity!" Blah. Like the people, like people don't curse. Like, come on. Like, if you do it within reason and not like unnecessary and within good taste, I don't see a problem with it. And I feel podcasts are way better because they're literally audio vlogs. You know, no matter what you're doing, if you're delivering the news, you could literally sit there and try to be like a news broadcaster. But even they have like little banter to, you know, keep people interested.
I'll open up here. I'll be honest, okay?
Kara, zoom in. He zoned out.
I blamed Danny Deem. It wasn't all his fault. Half of it was me, and I cannot begin to tell you how many times we were both pulled aside by Senior Chief Henry. And he would look at us and go, I know exactly what y'all did. And we didn't know what we might have done because there was quite a few things we probably did.
He hit you with that daddy.
And he'd smile and go, I know what you did. And I'm gonna wait for you to find out exactly what you know. I know you did.
Such a bullshit lie every time.
He just would psychologically get in your head to trip you up.
Go back to work.
No. There was that day in the incident in the Philippines where he looked at myself and Itachi, and he was like, what y'all saw, y'all did not see. Shut the fuck up about it. Oh, what? I got leverage.
I made the same wide-eyed expression I always make with everything.
Yeah, Itachi's eyes got wide. I just sat there. I was like, so you saying we got leverage? Shut the fuck up, get yeah, I got leverage now.
Nope.
I don't know why you got upset. It wasn't even about you. It was about the other person. You know what I mean? If the other person ever tries to send me to DRB again, I'm gonna fuck their ass up with this one little bit of information. Yahtzee!
I lived a very boring, uneventful life and naval career. Nothing exciting happened.
I had good intentions. I just wanted to collect Starbucks from every country I went to. Oh my God. There were side quests I kept getting pulled into.
Hold on.
Wait, you gave
what
yourself
is it?
A side quest, or you got pulled into...
Wait.
Other
Can we just
quests.
can we just realize he literally played into one of the oldest sayings of all time? The road to hell is paved with good intentions. He's like, all I had was good intentions.
Good intentions. They blow up in my face. Inappropriate responses is a big one.
Hey, yo,
Foot in mouth, not reading the room.
what if next year we
Going
see a
with
picture, we see a picture of Warner's with El Chapo like shaking hands, and Warner's going, "I'm shaking hands with El Chapo."
Oh, like no. Read the room. Read the room. Read the room.
All my bad times.
Watching someone run across the beach high on cocaine. I know that guy. Oh, I should intervene.
The story of everything bad that happened to me in Japan can all come down to one drink: Hennessy.
Wait, not Red Horse, because I thought Red Horse was the killer in the Philippines.
No,
I thought it was Mojo.
Hennessy and Mojo.
Mojo got everybody.
The time with Pink, Hennessy.
Oh man,
Can never drink that shit again.
all
Mojo?
80 times with
Hennessy.
Hennessy.
You're not in high school no more.
man, if we try, yo,
The time I tried to choke Fluffy, Hennessy.
oh, so thinking back, and now that we are literally grown up, because let's be honest, as guys, we don't really mature until we're past. Shh.
Yeah.
In our heads, we're grown up now. How did our livers survive?
Oh, that's easy. When I got out, I stopped drinking as much.
Oh, mine's is easy. Mine's was already fucked.
I sit back and I look like, even like at least until I got out, I was like because my roommate and Burn knows of my old roommate was like a big drinker. So there used to always be booze in the house, but then there wasn't because she would take it all to her room and drink it all. Like when she first moved in, I had a mini bar. It was like 20 bottles. Yeah, it was like 20 bottles. Within a week, all 20 bottles were in her room empty.
You know what?
I don't even think it took a week. I think it was like the first 2 days of her moving in, they were gone. And I still drank because she would always have like these get-togethers, so everybody would bring bottles of stuff. And I'm like, looking back, I was like, that was a lot of Crown Royal, Hennessy, vodka. How am I alive? How is my liver still intact? And I don't miss it.
I had realized there's a point during the Navy I realized that maybe I was drinking too much when I was a master helmsman. I was the lead helmsman in this case, and a certain other person from New Jersey, whose name I'm not going to name, was the lead helmsman, and we were out drinking till 5-ish in the morning, and we were going to leave at like 8. So we come back and we're the master helmsmen that's supposed to take this giant warship and drive it out to sea, steer it out to sea, take it out. It says a lot when the navigator walks up to us and says, "All right, guys, here's some coffee," and gives us coffee. The navigator handed us coffee and said, "Don't fuck up," and I won't say anything.
You know, I wonder what people's image of the Navy is right now if they listen to this.
I mean, they run into other ships and catch themselves on fire. I think they speak for themselves.
Yeah.
I mean,
they have to have the fire department come save them from their own fire department on the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It honestly is. It's a whole new Navy. It's a whole new Navy.
I'm curious what watches look like now.
Hey, does driving the ship drunk count as drunk driving?
Yes. We all should have had a DUI. At least.
You know what?
Would you consider
That's
drunk
bragging
sailing?
rights.
I wonder.
Someone at work will be bragging, "No, I did this." I'm like, dude, I drove a ship kind of drunk out to sea, and yeah, it was like a $2 billion ship. Shut up.
And didn't hit anything else.
It was the chew highs, man.
How are you hungover? It's the afternoon. I'm hungover from this morning, you motherfucker.
you drink like 10 of them and you feel fine. You get back to the ship and you're not fine.
You're not fine. They creep up on you. They definitely creep up on you.
Like the dastardly bitch they were.
Yes.
I drink Miller Lite, bitch. Drink a chew high.
And we have done it again. Full circle. And it all comes back to Miller Lite. Miller Lite, you are the problem.
Hashtag fuck Miller Lite. I'm gonna start that. I'm gonna put that out right now. Hashtag fuck Miller Lite.
Congratulations, Miller Lite.
How many times someone since I've just been a civilian has tried to hand me a Miller Lite and I'm like, nah, and then I go get my own beer.
Did you get new friends?
No.
Friends come and go, but beers forever.
But you know what? I kept my dignity.
There you go. You walked away with your head held high.
People out there, if your friend hands you a Miller Lite, do yourself a favor and get better friends.
If you're, hey,
you'll thank us later.
Anything light. When you're over 30, light, nothing matters. You're gonna gain weight anyways.
You're not wrong. You are not wrong.
It's true.
I'm pretty sure it's just a placebo effect anyway. That's he doesn't even have to drink it. He just looks at it. Just looks at it.
Like, oh, look,
plus
beer.
10.
5 pounds.
But guys, we are gonna get out of here. I love it, but I don't even know. I'm trying to remember how this rabbit hole started.
Who cares? It's done. We're there. We're at the end of the rabbit hole. We don't know
We're
where we
there.
started it, but we're here now.
We're here, but we did, once again, we did come full circle and realize Miller Lite is the root of the problem.
Tachi's gonna do a secret podcast tomorrow without us. to cover this one up and not post this one.
No, he won't, because he likes the comedy.
This was a Patreon-only podcast, I guess.
Guys, this podcast, hey, speaking of, if you love this podcast, think about checking out the Patreon page, patreon.com/the GZ Chop Shop. That's where you'll find this episode.
Support it, just help it out. You get a bunch of cool benefits, I think that's the right word.
Perks, benefits, rewards, whatever
It's worth
makes
it,
you sleep
it
better.
does help Itachi, keep the podcast alive, keep everything going, help Kara as well.
Oh,
Oh my
kids! Sorry, work. It was work.
Okay.
That's why I made that face, 'cause I was
Okay.
sitting here texting
Wow.
something because somebody said some dumb shit.
Wow,
And then
Yuli was
and I said,
giving this deep, getting these people in it. They probably were
No,
like, yeah, I want
I
to subscribe.
know.
And all they hear Burn yell is,
know.
fuck these kids.
At least I ain't say the other word.
Ah. Oh my gosh. Also, Kara, zoom in on Warner's. There was like a good solid 60 seconds this man was zoned out.
Oh
Zoned
my
out.
I
god.
was reminiscing of all my adventures.
Y'all want to hear a
in,
massacre?
What? Let's hear it.
California?
Yankees versus Blue Jays game right now. It's the middle of the 5th. The score is 3-16. Yankees.
No fucking way.
What?
3-16.
2020.
2020. Well,
Hold up, real quick,
Is that even a baseball score anymore?
real quick. Can we talk about how football came back and I didn't find out about that till Thursday?
wait, football came back?
When the
Yeah,
first
football's back, bro.
Yeah.
Philly lost, by the way.
Well,
That's
shit,
right.
I don't care then.
Football is back to winning. No. Fuck 2020, man. I don't care. The stands are empty. The players are doing good. Fuck it. I'm happy now. We got
Stands
football.
are empty. They're full of very cardboard people.
No, the stands are empty. They have no cardboard people. They ain't doing it like the NBA. They ain't doing it like they do ambient noises, like you pretend to hear crowds, and they don't show the stands, but you can see that they're empty.
I want
So
to see
football
a,
has literally become the Madden video game when you're like doing like the training camp. Football has become Madden.
Oh my god.
I want to hear the NFL as it is right now. No one in the stadiums, and I want them to replace the fake audience sounds with just golf clapping.
If we are stuck, I just on a last note,
Golf's
literally
on the
last
rise,
note,
too. That's the weird thing.
That sounds disgusting.
are they going
Golf numbers
to
are going up.
wait?
They
What
kinda-
numbers are going up?
Golf numbers
Yeah,
are
that
going
kind
up.
of.
Oh wow.
Golf numbers are going. You know why though? Because golf is one of the few sports that isn't political.
Yeah. As far as
Sorry,
we
but-
know. As far as we know.
Right? All we need is
Yeah.
that one person to just do something stupid and be like, all right, it's political now. No one's watching it. We just want to watch you play a sport. We don't care.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Wow. 2020, ladies and gentlemen. 2020. And on that note, thank you everybody so much for tuning in. You can reach us on our Twitter page at the GZ Chop Shop, or you can find me on Twitch when I go live at Project
Don't forget to
Itachi.
hit up that merchandise shop.
Yes, we do have merchandise. You can find it on our website,
In the
thegzchopshop.com. Grab it.
That right
Go to
here.
Patreon. Enjoy.
Enjoy it. Grab it
Enjoy
up.
all-
It's good stuff.
Enjoy all about us.
Itachi announced this last week during the live podcast. He is planning on doing GZ Chop Shop After Dark for Patreon.
I am.
Where
I
me
am.
and Burn just let loose and have fun.
Yes, this was still a PG-13 version. I do plan to cut them loose and let them have at it. That's gonna be
You
good.
don't
So if you
plan
guys,
shit, sir.
I plan things. Okay. The thing
This
is,
the
I
Disneyland
just,
version.
I am a strong, independent man that don't need your man.
I plan things. Okay. I just don't tell people that there is a plan because the plan doesn't
I'm a
always
strong,
pan out
independent
anyway.
Man that don't need no mans.
Oh my gosh.
Man, only duel.
Have a good one, everybody. We will catch y'all
Night,
on the
everybody.
next episode. Later.